Hi, everybody, and welcome to today's special live stream straight from Reteti. I hope everyone can hear me. Just drop a comment in the chat if you're hearing us okay. As you can see, we've got the keepers live from Reteti on the screen as well. I'm just going to do a quick introduction, and then we'll get straight into the feeding. It's 6 p.m. here in Kenya at the moment. So yeah, it's a 6 p.m. feeding time. So I'm Izzy Clark. I lead the marketing for Reteti and the Sarara Foundation. And I've had the privilege of kind of telling the story of Longuru, which the keepers on the ground have been much more close to than I have over the last 6 years. But I've come on board for the past few months now. And I can honestly say that today's now. Today, as you all know, is Longuru's 6th Rescueversary. So 6 years ago, as a small, uncertain calf, he was pulled from a well in northern Kenya and was just a third of his trunk. Nobody quite knew what his future held. But today we do, and we're here to celebrate that, how far he's come, and to share some exciting news about where he's going, and to also introduce you to the amazing community of people you can see on the screen who have been with him every step of the way. But yes, without further ado, I'm going to hand over to Naomi and Dorothy, who are going to show you the feeding. So we're going to feed the youngest elephants first. So yeah, over to you guys. Welcome to the live stream, and let's kick off. Yeah, crack on, guys.
Hi everyone, my name is Dorothy. I'm from Reteti Elephant Sanctuary. We are about to feed the young babies before Longuru group. So be excited and enjoy watching with us.
And hey, it's Naomi. I'm at Reteti Elephant Sanctuary. We are about to feed our young baby elephants and hope you will enjoy.
I have Babala here, just rescued last year. The young babies who will be coming shortly, all of them came from last year. This year is the recent one, and they are like under 6 months, some of them under 1 year. And we are very excited that we are sharing with you this happy moment. It has been raining a lot, and elephants are enjoying. We are also grateful for that. And yeah, always feel happy to see you and to have you in this session.
Hey, Izzy.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm feeding Sose, one of the recent baby elephants. And you can see they take their bottles very quickly. Now the tiny groups have finished up their bottle. Now we are waiting for the middle team. And then we are waiting the big team, which is Longuru team. And be ready. They take seconds to drink their bottle. Some of them are licking up their trunks. The milk is very, very sweet. That's how they lick up their trunks. They make sure there's no loss of any drop of milk.
Here is our recent one.
Elephants are very jealous. You see how they are fighting with the small ones. Everyone need attention, but we have to balance this attention. One baby at a time. When they crowd, they have to push each other. They're just like happy to be closer to their mummies. So most of the time, some of them are being fed separately from the other big elephants to avoid them being bullied, being pushed by the other elephants. So these babies have got different personalities, and each one of them needs. Look at that, they're very jealous.
So we just got a quick question, Naomi, about
Yes,
how old are the smallest ones that they can see there?
The smallest one is about 5 months old. Yeah, the small baby over there with the green color on top of the body.
And someone's asking where Kamani is.
Kimani.
There,
Here is Kimani.
there.
He's now a full-grown baby. You can see.
I think we've got lots of foster parents of Kamani on the call. And just before we get the next group in, I just want to introduce Courtney, who's just come on the call as well, who's our Chief Growth Officer.
Hey everyone, I'm Courtney. I've been with the Strara Foundation in Reteti for about 1.5 years, and this is probably my 4th or 5th live stream. And we just have so much fun doing them, and they're so amazing to do for our foster parents and our members of the herd. And so thank you guys all for joining on this Saturday. I see all of the chats pouring in. As you probably said, don't hesitate to ask questions throughout the event. And I met Longuru in February last year, and he just holds the most special place in my family. And my daughter every night sleeps with her elephant named Longuru. There's something about him that just truly captures people's hearts. So happy to be here celebrating him today with all of you. Thanks, Izzy.
No worries. And yeah, so for people asking, he will be coming in the 3rd group.
Kimani. Say hi. Say hi. Say hi. Anyway. Say hi. Oh. Kimani. Kimani.
And I'm not sure who we've got holding the camera or answering at the moment, but someone's asking how are you able to tell them all apart?
The elephants, we rescue them with different faces, and always they are like, we raise them with care, with our passion and love, and you will always identify your children. So they're like our babies, and they like store our hearts, and all of them have different personalities, different characters that you can always tell them apart. Kimani.
I don't know if folks here are foster parents of Kumanis and when Kumani was paired up with Seelai, but Dorothy, now that we have Kumani, who's kind of our rising superstar, I think all the parents have been told that Seelai's been soft-wilded, but how is he doing without his best buddy? Looks like he's got a replacement in you.
Kimani is doing well. He has already gained more friends here with the group. He has Babala, Sote, Matunda, Samburu, that they always stay together, play together, and also browse together. So He's having fun. He's really doing very great, and he's showing a lot of strength, a lot of changes of him being a little baby rescued, and now he's among almost the one that in like a year and a half. So he's doing well, and he's really happy. So the second group are coming. That is the Remara group. That is where we will meet Longuru shortly. Guys, we are going to sing for them. That's like normally we make sure we are then our animal. Then after that we can now dance the questions and all that we are doing here. Enjoy watching with us.
Some of them try to join their lips so that they can come for the next bottle. So they're very tricky. But we know all of them. We can tell them apart. But some of them are very tricky. They wipe and they make it dry. Then they come back to fight for the second bottle. But we know each one of them by just looking at them. Now the Longuru group is coming.
And Naomi, do we have some other elephants from the adoption program on here as well, who we can see? Not sure if she can hear me right now.
Sorry, I don't think Naomi can hear you, but this is Sek. He's also on the adoption program.
This is Sek here. Have we got any foster parents of Sek on the call?
Sorry, the music is very loud on this side. I can barely hear you.
It's great. It's fantastic.
Yeah. We're gonna head to where Longuru feeds.
Oh, Longuru is coming to have a bottle.
There you go, boy.
Do we start singing like Happy Rescueversary to him? There he is.
There he is.
Oh, Happy Rescueversary, Longuru.
This is Longuru from all of us across the world.
Happy 6th anniversary, Longuru. We love you, baby. Right.
And we've got a couple of questions. So how do they have special spots when they're feeding? People are asking. Does Longuru always come to that spot?
Yeah, Longuru have a very special spot because the other elephants are crowding on the other side. So he has always decided to come to this point because the rest of the elephants are just moving to the other side. So he decided to be alone in this other side with the small babies like Igiloriti and Chukwi, who are the very small guys. So he has a very special point every time, whether it is daytime, whether it is night. He has a special point to come and get his bottle.
And again, elephants are like emotional, very intelligent, that Longuru get to identify his own spot. So that's one of the characters, how we can identify them. They develop personalities and characters. And with Longuru, with his resilience, we prefer this is the great place for feeding because of like, also it is more open. He can be able to greet people closely, always the visitors and the keepers. He can also be able to reach the water bottle when we put down. So those are kind of the intelligence that we get from elephants.
Amazing. And do they know their names when you're calling them? I think I know the answer to this one.
Yeah, they are able to identify their names. So always we mention them and you see them running very excited and very happy. Just like babies, when you are like half sweet, you call your children, they run over, and same apply to them. They get more excited when you mention their names. They know like, oh, my mom is like ready with my bottle. All right.
And we've also got some questions around the song that everyone's singing so beautifully and the meaning of it.
The song actually mean to like soothing, and this song is normally sung by the Samburu Moran as they give their animals water from the singing wells. They sing this song to appreciate or also to be proud of what they have, and they normally sound some words that you are living because of me and I live because of you. So we are depending to each other. So that's the meaning of the song. It just makes them proud of what they have. And also here at Reteti, we are so proud of what we have here, of our babies. So this song actually, it comes naturally. So you have to just sing because you are happy, you are proud, you are happy of what you are doing. And also because of these babies, we are just like singing like our own animals. That's why you see the men are singing, and also we join the song because the song makes us happy. So it is a soothing song, and also to praise them because they have some different personality. Like the cows, normally they praise that you normally lead the team. So they say, I really, really love this team because Longuru always lead them in a good way. So those are the lyrics that these guys are sounding. And yeah, they are just like singing in Samburu, but we can translate. And actually it make everyone happy, and also it calms the elephants, some of them that are pushing the others, disturbing the others. So it makes them calm. So it makes everyone happy.
Amazing.
Yeah, Naomi and Dorothy, I mean, we're getting some questions on the topic that our whole team has recently shared with everyone around the Longuru Rescueversary campaign, which is that, yes, we believe that Longuru will be rewilded one day. And this is a decision that no one takes lightly. And Naomi and Dorothy, I wonder if you could just talk to us a little bit about this decision and how it came to be, and why you firmly believe that Longuru, deserves to go back to the wild when he's ready.
Yeah, we are really happy that Longuru will go back into the wild. And also, we are not scared of him because of his disability, because he has already learned many things. We have stayed with him for 6 years, and we have seen some good ways and some good tricks that he uses to have food, whereby he has adapted ways to browse. And also with the friends, actually, this is something that we have seen through the journey of Longuru. So we are not worried of taking him back into the wild when it is time for him to go back into the wild. So this is something that we have learned from Longuru, and we are still learning from Longuru. Longuru give us the go ahead. So we are still looking and just like having, we are just like looking at him, how is browsing. So his behavior and his tricks will lead us to the rewild.
Amazing, thanks, Naomi. And we've got one specific question being asked a few times around whether when his trunks go longer, if it will impact how he will be able to adapt to be able to eat and drink.
Yeah, his tusks, if his tusks grow.
Yeah, so his tusks.
Come up again, please.
Naomi, or sorry, Dorothy, the questions a lot of people are asking is if his and when his tusks continue to grow, if we think they will, how will that impact his ability to eat and drink?
So as Longuru continue to grow, also the trunk is part of like his growth. So the trunk is keep on growing until the time that Longuru will no longer grow. So that's definitely the trunk will no longer be that shorter. The more you grow, the tusk will keep on like going against the trunk, because the tusk will be going up and the trunk will remain like going down. So that there will be a difference, and that will help him. Longuru has no like problem on forcing with his tusk, having tusk. But again, this is something we are watching and see how he's going to progress in life.
Yeah, and we'll talk about it more towards the end. You know, we've but obviously he's not just going back out into the wild, is he, Dorothy? He's going back out into the wild, but it's a landscape that the Reteti team is constantly monitoring, you know, educating people about the elephants being there. You know, there is a whole system of care that he's going to be graduating into. You know, our ability to track them on a daily basis is one of those ways that we keep safe. And, you know, I think so if you want to talk about that a little bit too, I think that'd be great for everyone to hear.
Maybe.
Sorry, Courtney, we lost you a little bit. Could you ask the question again, please?
Of course. Oh, hey, TK. I think generally speaking, you know, it's not just that he's going to walk out of the boma and you're going to say bye, right? He's entering an entire ecosystem of care that the Reteti team, you know, has in partnership with all of its rangers and all of the communities that share the landscape with Longuru. And it's the greater work really that happens outside boma that is also, you know, making people feel like, yes, he's ready to step into that environment. So I don't know if you want to talk a little bit about that.
So like guys, this is something that we are really like, this is the journey that we are all like watching, because Longuru came here when he was a very tiny baby, like just 2 weeks old. And today we are like celebrating his 6th anniversary being here with us. So 6 years of his journey has always been an amazing journey, watching these little elephants, learning more tricks on how he can take care of himself, how you can feed, how you can understand the hidden plants in the area. And this is the journey that we are very excited about, because Longuru, when he's ready with his team, you will have to go back in somewhere. That's what we are like sure of. But again, this is something we are learning day by day, as these elephants inspire us a lot with what is free. You can see when he was young, we used to kneel down and pick the plants directly using his mouth. But nowadays, he has developed other ways. He can pull up using his legs and just bend a little bit and he picks. So this is something that we are very excited of. Like, we are celebrating not only an elephant, but we are celebrating an elephant who have really shown us a lot of positive way of life. Disability is not limit. is not limiting Longuru. And this is what is like, we are very happy to see. Again, with Longuru, he has a heart together with him, who are always bonded together, and they're always sharing this life with Longuru. They support him whenever he needs a support. And again, we will always be there for him when he's in the sanctuary and even outside sanctuary.
Amazing, thank you. And we've got a few people asking about how we monitor them when they are released back into the world, the tracking technology used and the GPS collars that they wear.
We will also have like trackers, because we normally monitor our elephants using the trackers we put in their collars. And this is also something new that we have. We have a vet unit that just started recently. And this team will be like always ready and working very closely to Longuru, including the entire community, including the keepers and everyone that revolve around Longuru. So there is a lot of many ways that we will use always to make sure this elephant is safe and is a priority in his journey.
Yeah, and we're getting, thank you so much. And we're getting some questions also around whether we know an estimation for roughly when his rewilding will be. Could you just go through that and the kind of like steps and decisions that you make as a keeper team into like when this should be?
There is no fixed date. We are all learning. We are being guided by his journey. And this is like every day is a learning process. And we don't have like a fixed day. We will always release Longuru together with his herd while all are being prepared to go. So we are yet to know when. But anytime when they're ready with the team, we'll always give them a send off to go back into the way.
Amazing, thank you. And we've had, just on the topic of his herd, we've had a few questions coming in around whether or not he's been fully accepted by his herd, and does he have any best friends, and is he being released with Lomagnac?
Longuru, it is very interesting that we are seeing Longuru being like an elephant who can be able to control also the other friends. So when he was young, he just had only Lomagnac as his best friend. But now as he grows, he has already bonded to the whole herd. That always like they come across him, they help him, they play together. And again, Longuru, he helps them sometimes. So we have likes of Sek, Bule, Lomagnac, of course, and Lawa. These are the elephants we mostly see Longuru with. And Longuru is very smart. During dry season, he doesn't need like to go far away. He has already understand like some areas which has hidden plants that he can just sneak in by himself, and then during feeding time, he show up. So Longuru is not just an elephant. This is elephant that we are very proud of, and an elephant that we have learned a lot from him. Because again, we understand they're always, elephants are intelligent. They have those intelligent emotional, which is really helping Longuru as well.
Amazing, thank you. Yeah, so as I was saying there, he will be released with the herd that he's grown with at Reteti when the time comes. So thanks so much for that. Sorry guys, I'm getting to all your questions, so just bear with me. I'm making a list from the chat. So we've also got so how can we've had a few questions around how he can protect himself from predators. So I guess within the herd, like, and yeah, can we answer that one?
So for the elephants, they used to be protective to the other elephants. And, you know, it is not easy for most predators to attack elephant because of their very big sound and also trumpet and also their big size. So most of the time it's not for one predator like a lion to attack them one because they protect each other, and also they can alert when there is danger. They have some sound that they can communicate because they got different sound, happy sounds, sad sound, and also alert sound. So actually, anytime there is predator around, they alert each other and they come together and just like other team. And also Longuru himself will be very strong with the task, and also he can manage to just like scare the predators, and the rest of the elephants are there because we normally like one family member. So when Longuru and the team is outside, they have to support each other and just defend each other. So it's not easy for Longuru to face all those challenges because the rest of the elephants are there to help him, and also he himself will be able to fight because he's a brave boy. We have seen his braveness, just like sometimes he used to bull the rest of the elephants as the others are doing for him. So he's growing that knowledge of defending himself.
Look at he's showing off right on the call for all of us. I love
He
it.
really is.
Yeah, he's a very amazing boy.
And I think that kind of answers Alicia's question as well about how do the others in the herd seem to understand that Longuru has a bit of a disability and help him out in distress. Yeah, do you want to go into that? I know that they've been known to splash him and help him cool down at points, but yeah.
Yeah, the other elephants are very, very kind to him because they understand elephants are more than even any other animal. They're very, very caring. They're very intelligent. And we have seen some elephants like Lomnyak and Lekuruki. They used to break down the branches, and Longuru can have them easily on the ground. Or sometimes they can just break the branch and the branch is hanging, and Longuru can just go closer to the branch and start browsing. So the other elephants really, really understand that Longuru is a disabled boy. And also, they love him so much. So Longuru will be helped by the other elephants.
Amazing. And we've also had a question in from Patricia saying, will we be still able to have insights from Longuru when he is released into the wild? And definitely, we will be continuing. Please do sign up if you haven't already to become a foster parent of Longuru. And yeah, once the day does come, we will be, like we do with the release herd, giving regular updates on his progress and how he's getting on. So yeah, it definitely won't be the end of the stories of Longuru. And then we have a question about Longuru's trumpet sound. Is it different because his trunk is shorter?
Yeah, the trumpet is a little bit different from the rest of the elephants because they normally trumpet through their trunk, not their mouth. So sometimes you can hear the difference of trumpet from the trunk. So Longuru produce a little sound, a small sound, more than the other elephants. So, but Longuru is normally just like trained to do everything that the other elephants are doing, like using the small trunk, scooping the sand. We have some clips that Longuru used to go there around the sun and try to scoop some sand on top of his head using the small trunk. So he's trying to do what the other elephants are doing with a very long trunk. So Longuru is just like copying and also doing the same, encouraging the other elephants that he can also wrestle with the other elephants. He can also scoop the sand. So he can do everything that the other elephants are doing with a small trunk, although it's not actually doing the same as the other elephant, but he's trying his best to make sure that he uses the trunk to support himself and also to do like sand bath, and also like helping the food to go into the mouth. So Longuru is trying to make sure that this little trunk is important for him.
Amazing. Thank you, Naomi. And then we've just got a couple of questions or concerns about, though he's figured out how to eat and drink, but they're worried about whether or not if he goes to drink from a well and has to bend down further to get the water, And will he be able to drink from water holes in the wild with his shortened trunk?
So this is like for Longuru, we are always there. His well-being is our priority. And all know that when the drought strike, definitely there is always resident elephants in certain areas because they have understand where they can find water and also green pastures during dry season. So when Longuru will be released back into wild, definitely you will have to join other herd or live with his herd. But again, through the monitoring and through like a close look after, this is something that we will always make sure Longuru is priority, even when you go back into wild. His well-being is something that we prioritize in Reteti, inside the Reteti and even outside Reteti.
Amazing. Thank you, Dorothy. I'm just getting now to the Q&A questions as well. I want to try and get through as many as possible, but if we don't have time on the call today, we will obviously, please do email them to me. I will put them in the chat, my email in the chat after this. We've got a question about, do the elephants return to Reteti once they are rewilded? So yeah, maybe some chat about what the release herd are up to now and how often they're kind of around and about.
So we are living within the corridor line, which is like connecting long like stretch areas from Mount Kenya towards Marsabit County. We have also wild elephants passing by here, and we still have our elephants passing as well. They're not trying to come inside where they have been raised, but this is the place they understand as like part of the corridors. And because of the intelligence they have naturally, we also get our elephants passing by in these areas. They're enjoying, they're very healthy, they're celebrating, and we are really always excited to watch them from distance. And it is really something very impressive that even when you try to go closer to them, they charge like wild elephants. So they still come across, but not like really want to come from us, just like we are within the corridor line.
Amazing, thank you. And then so we've got another question about the herd helping him out in terms of helping him reach food higher up out of his reach with his trunk, and whether they help him when he has trouble accessing food.
Yes, they do. They do help him, and that's happened mostly during dry season, because sometimes the whole short plants become like dry, and now it will be like long plants. And when they walk in the bush, they have some of them can even like pull all those plants down, and they leave for these Longuru to feed on. And that's always what has made Longuru to don't have any stress, any challenge. Guys, we have come to realize that elephants are more caring, they're more loving, and they're more like resilient, which is Longuru has always lived a better life because of having this bonded family who are always taking care of him, not only inside the stable, but even outside when they work for browsing their natural habitat. He's getting to be helped, and also he learned from them. And that's making to train his little trunk, because you see others using the trunk, he learned from them, and he used also to pull the plants that he can able to reach it.
Amazing, thank you. And then we've got some questions. Do we know exactly how tall Longuru is now? How
1 Naomi tall.
How tall are you, Naomi?
Oh, Dirty's tall.
Is my height now. That is like 6 point. 6 feet.
Is taller than me. But Dorothy is taller than him.
5.9.
Yeah, somewhere between, I'd say 5'8" and 6 feet, it looks like.
Yeah.
5.9.
Oh.
Yeah.
This is probably a really silly question, but I see his tail wagging like a puppy. Is that just like a sign of happiness when you guys are stroking him?
He's always our puppy. Even at old age, he lives to be our puppy. We love
Yeah,
him
definitely has puppy
a lot,
energy.
a lot of positive way, and we have been living. We have faced a lot of challenges, but we come through because of learning from Longuru.
Oh, Tiga, you guys are cutting out just a little bit.
Sorry, guys, can we try and go a bit closer to the platform? I think we're losing the signal a bit. There, that seems a bit better. Yeah.
No?
Yeah, and just a shout out, we Reteti and the Star Foundation were the first nonprofit to be accepted into Starlink's Network for Good program. So they actually donated a whole set of Starlinks so that we can do more of these live streams at Reteti. And then we're working with them at potentially putting more in all of our ranger stations so that there's better comms in the field and we can, start moving from, more analog comms to internet based, because there's absolutely no cell service in the Nominee Conservancy where you guys are, where these elephants are released. So we're grateful for the connectivity to bring these live streams to you guys. I think this has probably been the best connectivity we've had yet.
Definitely. So it's fantastic to be able to bring you the magic of Reteti through the screen. And I see that we've had one question around, do we allow visitors to come to Reteti to visit? And yes, definitely we do. You can find all of the information on our website on how to visit, and also stay at one of our nearby properties should you wish to. So I will just put this link in here for you guys. And I know that we've had a few more questions around just general concerns around him being monitored in the wild, and whether or not, the team at Reteti will be on hand to sort of, look at him, so sweet. Whether the team at Reteti will be on hand to sort of intervene should they need to. And I guess that's what this campaign around Longuru's Rescueversary is all about. It's about this ecosystem of care which exists, after elephants are rewilded and leave the sanctuary. It's not just about their time at the sanctuary, but also about all the work which goes into making sure that the wild is a safe place for them when they do return. So that means, all the rangers on the ground, the tracking technology, the mobile vet unit that we recently set up last year. So it's a whole ecosystem which goes into it, and which means that it's a safe place for him to return to. Let me just check. Oh, we've had a question in on relating to Longuru's age and what that means if we're able to equate that to a child's age. Do you know this one, Connie?
Yeah, I do. I turned to our friend Claude and ChatGPT on this a few weeks ago. Essentially, it's like they're just a little older than a human would be at that age. So you're kind of looking at like a very young teen, with Longuru being 6 years old. So elephants live, to about 60. So there's not as easy math as like times 7 for dog years, but yeah, when they're released into the wild, you can think about them kind of being teenagers, going off to boarding school.
Amazing.
And then I think, this is obvious. We just did the feeding, but, they do drink milk until they're about 6 or 7 years old, right? So when they're kind of fully weaned from milk is also when one of the indicators of them being ready to go into the wild.
Fantastic. And I know that we recently had some more, so I'm not 100% on exactly how many elephants are at Reteti now, but Naomi, how many have we got at the sanctuary currently?
We got 46 elephants now, and we have 10 of them that are in the process of weaning, but they are not coming here. They have their special boma, they have their special stables, whereby we normally train them. We just slowly wean them, reducing the amount of milk that they are getting, reducing the times that we normally feed them, and also giving them more time to interact in the bush and also have food and also be by themselves and socializing in the environment. So we have about 36 elephants that are coming to this side, and some 10 of them now on the weaning process. And I think Longuru team will be the next team to start weaning after we release the other big ones. So we still have time for Longuru.
Amazing. Great to get an insight into the next step for him. And people are asking again around whether or not he will be released alone or with his herd. I know we've went through that, but he will. Yeah, I'll let you guys answer that.
In Reteti, we always try to release our elephants as a herd and together as a herd because we raise them together and they form a very good relationship. They become more like family. And with Longuru, he also has his own herd that we are always keeping them together. There is no way we are going to release him alone. You will be prepared with his team to go together.
Amazing. And how many are in the weaning herd currently?
We have 10 of them that are on the weaning team, and we have started the weaning like a year ago. Now they are still on that process of weaning.
Fantastic. So yeah, for Alyssa, that will be how many are in the next release herd?
10 elephants.
Yeah.
We have prepared 10 elephants. Yeah, the next release.
And I saw the question about the milk to market program and the milk mamas. And, I think, what's gone into Naomi and Dorothy feeding these elephants every 3 hours for 6 to 7 years. The milk comes from a village of more than 1,300 Samburu women who wake up at dawn every day, milk their goats with their families, deliver that milk to nearby collection points. They're paid out for that milk. We've paid over $1 million in USD to the milk mamas since the start of this program, which is incredible. 98% of those milk mamas rely on the milk to market program as their primary source of income. And that milk is then combined with all sorts of local superfoods like baobab and honey and moringa. And we use a whey protein as well. And that formula has been such a huge part of all of these guys' success journeys and growing into these big, healthy elephants you see today. Oh my God, he's amazing.
And just quickly back onto the weaning process, Naomi. I know you spoke about it briefly, but some people have been asking some more questions around how long the process takes and what exactly it entails.
Actually, the important thing is to make sure that they reduce the interest of taking this milk. And that's what normally happens with their real mothers. When they reach a stage of 4.5 years, 2.5 to 4, that's the time now they start weaning from their mummies. But here, we have to extend the time up to 7 years because some of them did not suckle their mother's milk for a long time. And also we need them to have enough energy and also strong body to be able to support and fight for the immune system to be very strong. So actually, it depends on the size of the elephants. And most of the time we depend on the rainy season. That's the good time to wean them of this milk because they have enough food. So they don't even see the cost to be the milk to be reduced because they have enough food. So during the rainy season, that's the time now we start like minimizing the amount of milk. We just like dilute their formula. We don't reduce the amount, but we just like make the quality of the milk to be very, very low, very weak, just adding water, but they're still getting 2 liters, they dilute water. So at that time now they start losing the interest of this milk because we also give them much time to interact and eat other different plants and just like interact the whole day without bringing them back to every 3 hours. So that's actually makes them to reduce that interest of milk. So they can just like be weaned naturally through this process. So we start when they're about 5 years, 4 to 5 years, we start that process of reducing that amount of milk.
I love this question, and it might bring some tears to the camera, but do the caregivers, the keepers, do they get sad when the elephants are rewild?
Of course, this is a very sad time, very emotional day. We have really created a bond with these animals, and some of them have really shown us some such kind of love affection that whenever you call them, they respond to you, they hug you, they kiss you, they put their tongue around you, they respond to you, and sometimes even you can see them missing you. So actually, it is very, very sad to say goodbye, although we know that we don't deny them the right to go back into the wild because we don't have to live with them forever because they are wild animals and they have to go and have another new life and different life there. So we are human beings and they are wildlife. So we have to accept this, although it is painful to say goodbye. That's why we have to shed tears because we are really missing them. And we are happy that we will see them because they are being released to the same land whereby they will come back because we have seen from the previous release, some of them used to come and visit us after some time and they know where they've been raised. So we are happy that we are there. And also we have the technology tracking. We normally, the rangers and the people on the ground are just monitoring them and they give us the update. So it is very sad. That's why we normally have a celebration, a farewell, a goodbye farewell, and also the local the people from the local village, the elders come and give them the prayer and wish them good luck in the wild. So it is very emotional to say goodbye. It is very sad, but we understand that they should have to go back into the wild. Yeah, it's very, very sad time.
Oh,
You see Longuru having quite a big pee there.
Very, very sad.
Thank you for breaking that sad, note with a good laugh there, Longuru, keeping it light. Izzy, there was a question kind of back up that I think is a good one to answer, especially in the context of Kalele, which is, are the local Morans and you could say also the villages, engaged with the releases? And I do want to, and I'll let Naomi and Dorothy talk about that and the Reteti education programs with the community. But I did want to say that Kalele had adventured, shall I say, into a neighboring conservancy that didn't have the kinds of education programs and community, engagement that Namanyak does. And they were having all sorts of kind of strife with another conservancy, and there was fighting going on. So he was shot outside of, the area that we protect, which is just a sign that, the work of Reteti and the foundation has to just keep growing in terms of its physical boundaries, right? So yeah, I don't know, Naomi and Dorothy, if you can talk a little bit about just Reteti's programs and how you guys work with the communities to ensure that these elephants are safe after they're released.
So from the start, Reteti is a community-owned orphanage, first one in Africa. And to that, Reteti has always engaged into local community in many ways. About Milk program is one of them that we are supporting women who are like supplying milk here. We also have like the program from the Sarara Foundation, which is like education. We have mobile schools, which are local people always like migrate from one place to another, and the schools, our kids are still being reached in for them so that we don't lose like the track of children going to school. Another thing, Reteti has always been like a support system to the entire local community. Talk of milk, talk of education, talk of employment, all this. And all this has always brought us together, and the community feel the ownership of the land, that even they feel the ownership of these animals. And that's what make like when we release our elephants, our Morans, our parents, our sisters and brothers who live in this landscape are aware of the sanctuary, and they always protect this animal. That's why when all these elephants are coming, because of we get the calls from the local community. It is not us going for rescues without being informing from the local people. This show that we have already engaged to each other. We have created awareness, and we are all in the same goal of achieving a goal of raising babies and make sure they have a success second chance in life. Hi, Rumi. I love you.
Say hi.
Hi.
Will we get to see Longuru today?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much for that. I mean, we have just a few minutes left here. You know, I know everyone. So Kilele, we announced that news to all of the release herd foster parents, and it's in our 2025 Reteti Impact Report, which just dropped this week. I'll share the link again. I did share it in the chat, but the Impact Report has Kilele's story, and then also all of the incredible work that the Reteti team did in 2025. So it's definitely a good one to check out. There was a question too on how many elephants have graduated from Reteti and been released since the start. And this is Reteti's 10-year anniversary. So I don't know if Naomi or Dorothy, you know that number of how many babies you guys have sent back to the wild.
We have a total of 23 baby elephants that we have managed to release back into the wild. Some of them did not survive after some long time. And some of them it's because of drought, and sometimes even, so we have lost some of them, but we have actually introduced 23 since we started. 23 of them have been released back into the wild.
Guys, Reteti being, this is like our 10th year. We have really supported so many animals. There is so many success stories beside rescuing them and rehabilitate from the sanctuary. We have also had reunion that we have reunited more than 60 back to their families just after we have rescued and give them like a 72 hours, 48 hours window within the location. We end up their family coming back and we reunite them back. So that's like a success stories that we always celebrate. Again, with the other species, so many of them have come through our care, and now they're like doing well, like giraffe, lesser kudu, greater kudu, among others. And some of them already have little babies that we always come across when we are moving in this landscape. So Reteti has really been a very amazing tool, which has shown, which has been a big impact to the landscape.
Amazing, thank you. I'm conscious of time, so please, I'm about to put my email address into the chat for you all. In fact, here we go. So please, if we haven't managed to get to your question, do send it over on email, and I'll make sure that with the team we get the answers to you. Thank you for having such an engaged Q&A. It's been fantastic. Thank you, Naomi. Thank you, Dorothy. Who's on the camera? They've done a great job.
Yeah. Is that Tige?
Tige, yes.
Tige, you're killing
Tige,
it.
thank you,
Of course,
Tige.
professional. Thank you.
And a special shout
holding
out
the
to
camera.
Tige, who's done all of the amazing content that you see, all the pro reels shot on our social media and across our website as well for this campaign. So yeah, many hands go into everything which we do at Reteti. So yeah, a big thank you to you all for joining. Please, as I said, do send any questions that we haven't managed to answer in this over to my email, and I'll make sure we get those answers to you. And yeah, thank you so much for joining. And again, a very happy Rescueversary to that guy.
Yeah, hey. And also, just before we close, you've all gotten the emails about our Rescueversary campaign, but just in case, I'm going to drop the link. We are raising $60,000 to go into that, $10,000 for every year Longuru has been with us to go into that ecosystem of care. This is a nonprofit, US 501(c). All donations are tax deductible, and every dollar just matters so much. And we literally couldn't do it without you guys. I see it on the Q&A, and so many of the names that pop up that I also see come through our daily donation feed, both just contributing to our campaigns and also being foster parents. And I'm so grateful. So thank you for that. We've got a fun new Reteti shop with a whole Longuru section of swag. All of the items in that shop go directly to supporting Longuru. We have some beautiful new photography prints by Tige that are up in that shop. And I'm going to let the cat out of the bag. Any day now, we're going to be dropping a children's book on Longuru. So we're just sort of finishing up the dotting the I's and crossing the T's on that. So look out for that when we release the book. It's a beautiful present to get anyone. Oops, sorry.
Definitely. And there's also on the page, if anyone hasn't adopted Longuru who wants to, on the campaign link, there's also the opportunity to adopt him there.
And Izzy and I will send you everyone an email with all the links. I see your guys' questions on that. So no worries of digging into the chat for them.
Of course, and and we will also have the live stream as well up to rewatch should you wish to on our YouTube. So yeah,
thank you guys, our marketing team. You are really doing great to us, and thank you to everyone who have been watching this. This is an amazing journey that we are happy. We are very grateful for Longuru 6th anniversary. This journey has always been special to all of us. We are seeing how social media people commenting about how everyone is concerned of Longuru. It means a lot. This shows that we have never been alone. And this journey has always been successful because of all of us coming together. This is a family. This is home away from home, but we are always close to the heart. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you. And we are very much grateful for being part of Reteti family. We great love and heart from all of us and the Reteti community. Ashaole.
Ashaling, thank you so much. And someone just mentioned Netflix. We're not on Netflix yet, but there's a 2-part PBS series that features these two amazing women and all these elephants prominently. So we'll send you guys the links on how to watch that too. And I miss you guys so much. Thank you. It was so good to see you.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Thank
Bye,
you
everyone.
so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.